Salamta and blessed love to each and every one. We do give thanks to the life giver and the keeper of life, the Mawe Haile Selassie. Glorify the Honorable King Emmanuel Charles Edwards in all doings and saying. Marcus Garvey is exalted, the mighty prophet of old. We are thankful for the Father and Mother of creation. It is with great esteemed joy that I do welcome you to this special statement as it relates to our National Priest Isaac's African History Month essay competition as it relates to our youth and their love for Afrocentricity and their awareness of who they really are. This statement presentation will also be a part of the Shock of the Hour presentation as it relates to our nightly radio broadcast. And I am the Honorable Priest Isaac, being very thankful once again for being in your presence. Now, each year, around the time of African History Month, which is February, we host the annual Priest Isaac's Africa History Month essay competition. In fact, this year, I'm proud to say, will be the 8th year that we will be hosting such a prestigious event. As I said, it happens during the time of February African History Month. And of course, yes, we all are aware that it is the shortest month of the year. But let us understand that I myself personally, it is not that I fly the flag of African History Month, but this is a national essay competition. And giving you a little understanding of the nation where I dwell and live for the moment. For even 2 decades ago, when we started this sort of work, African history, whether it's a month, a day, or even a moment, was nothing in the air. In fact, you would be seriously ridiculed just for mentioning Africa. We were Afrocentric in our presentation. We were on the radio stations from that time, doing our program, The Mystic Vibration. It's all about Africa. It's all about Haile Selassie. It's all about Rastafari. But at least in the last 10, 12, 13 years, it seems like the nation has somehow adapted to the African History Month phenomenon. We do not disrespect African History Month. We understand from the works of Carter G. Woodson, the individual himself who fought for that African Story Week, which eventually became African History Month. So we do understand its history itself and give it its due respect. But of course, you got to live African history. It definitely cannot be a month. It cannot even be half of the year. It got to be, you know, even when you are so-called asleep, you got to be living your African history / heritage. And that's why we also refer to it not just as African history, but African history / heritage. So again, we have utilized that mentality that is now amongst the people. Yes, they have African History Month programs in the schools. Sometimes they have African Dress Up Day. And it is a step, at least, even if it's a small step in the right direction. So we utilize that time of the year because let me just give you a good understanding again, my family. For years, we have been attempting, up to this very day, we have not stopped to find some way and means to get African history, heritage in the curriculum of the school. I'm sure each and every one of my audience would agree that if you want to effectively motivate a child, you have to put the African story in the curriculum that they will be studying. And the curriculum that they will be studying is in the schools. Anything else is called extracurricular activity. So it is in the school. Our essay competition is an extracurricular activity. It would be good if it was inside of the curriculum itself. But we're not just speaking it. And to be very honest, this is one of the things that fuels us to continually do this, because many people talk. And coming from the days when nobody was talking, I'm very, very serious. And I'm speaking of my neck of the woods, coming from the days when nobody was talking, you know, as a youth, 1920 on the radio station, talking about, Africa and Haile Selassie, and that was a no-no. The only person at that time in Antigua that was on the radio on a constant level promoting anything of Afrocentricity is Brother Alistair Thomas. Now today, it's the fad. Everybody is talking African, yes, and we need to put it in the schools. People literally say the people that are considered millionaires in our society, who supposedly have clout, they'll tell, yes, it's a good idea. They should really put it in the schools. You know, one former education minister told me live on radio, on a radio program, that she, and it is a she, could not, oversee African history going into the school because CXC would not permit it. And for those who do not know, CXC is the Central Examination Council, which governs the secondary examination in the Caribbean. That's what it's called, CXC. So you could see the fight there. What kind of nation you are, where your people are African, yet still there's nothing African about the knowledge that you're giving to them. And we overlook that or underlook that as if, we should add it. What do you think? What do you think? That is recipe for you hating yourself. By the time you are five, man, by the time you can say goo goo gaga, you already hate yourself because you've not been taught about yourself. So you gotta hate yourself, and obviously you would love who you've been taught about. And then when you notice that you're not who you've been taught about, you still hate yourself more. And that is what's going on here. And that is when we see now, one of the things that even sparked me is the state of mind of the youths. The state of mind of the youths. I've said this before, that it is a pastor, a preacher who was having a summer camp retreat, who I heard speaking of a situation where this young girl at the time, this is what really moved me to do this essay competition stuff. It was always in my mind, but this moved me. I said, no, I got to get this thing going. And he's saying that this young sister, so I would believe she may have been 13 or 14 at the time. She was one of the youths that came to his summer camp. And he was saying that she went through this, she was a part of a gang. And to be initiated into this gang, she had to have sexual intercourse with 6 fellas in the period of 3 minutes, like the time them go. And 6 of them in 3 minutes, so that's half a minute apiece. 6 of them, 13, 14 years old, right here. And when I heard that, I said, nah, I got to get going. Now, some people may say, so what does African history have to do with that? You know what I mean? How can African history, alleviate such a problem? As I said, it's more than just African history. It's African history and heritage. Because you've got to understand, again, first of all, these are people that are obviously void of who they really are. I highlight every single time The Wretched of the Earth by Frantz Fanon. And in such a book, he speaks of the Voodoo tradition. And what does he say about the tradition? This is a key point. He says that in the Voodoo tradition, the morality is so high that if a man looks on the wife of his brother, in a way that he is not supposed to look on the wife of his brother. And you could imagine the way, according to Frantz Fanon, in that tradition, the voodoo tradition, voodoo, as you know, the voodoo tradition, he would go to the family and somewhat, you know, give a recompense for what he had done wrong, just in his mind. May sound strange, but even in the Bible, the Messiah says, I mean, in the days of Moses, you know, it was said, thou shalt not this and thou shalt not that. But I'm telling you, from you think about it, from you think about it, it happened already. What you perceive already has been achieved, basically. So it's a science. It's a science. It's not just religion. It's actually a science. It's a science. They have equipment that they can hook up to you, and what you perceive, you will achieve. It's a science, you know. So in the voodoo tradition now, there's a certain level of morality there. Now, if you tell anybody voodoo, oh no, don't tell me nothing about no voodoo. Me need not up there with you. You know, lost people. Even Rasta talks. Oh, yeah, no voodoo business. Lost people. But anyway, so the point we are making here is that when the African tradition and understanding returns to the mind of an individual, they see themselves in a more holistic way. The example we give all the time of the butterfly, the caterpillar. If on the butterfly, the caterpillar and the worm, because again, to the untrained eye, a worm and a caterpillar may appear to be the same. To the untrained eye, the worm and the caterpillar may appear to be the same, but they're different. But you see, because for some reason the worm got the upper hand over the caterpillar, and the worm has enslaved the caterpillar, and the worm is teaching the caterpillar the worm's way of life. He's praising the great worm God, eating the worm's food. Caterpillar should be eating the vegetation, like the trees, the spinach and all of that, the amaranth. But now it's digging in the ground looking for microbiotic things to eat, bugs and whatever worms suck up from the earth. But the point is, it's not a worm. So what happens now when the caterpillar naturally feels the energy that caterpillars feel, because a caterpillar eventually will form a cocoon, a silky cocoon. The caterpillar will eventually sprout and grow wings to become a butterfly. That is not the destiny of a worm. But when the caterpillar is taught by the worm and does not learn the history of the caterpillar, when nature takes over and he feels this tingling, there's a tingling that comes, man. Then mommy caterpillar say, oh, no. You're not growing no wings in here. You better go out to grow these wings. Yeah, when a lot of us were loxing up, So, some rasses lose their first crop of locks. When they sleep in, mommy come and cut off the locks, and that's when they leave mommy house. They say, no, man, this not happening again. Because it was just nature coming out to you. But because we've been void of ourselves, we've even been taught to hate ourselves. So when our self is coming out, we get afraid and try to even shoot down ourselves, who we really, really are. So that's what happens when the young ones are void of the Afrocentricity. And as I said before, we have for decades been trying to put this in the educational system where we are. In fact, we have written the curriculum ourselves, presented it. As many of you would know, we also offer an international homeschool program on astronomy and African history/heritage. That is our curriculum that we have already offered to a government. I'm not lying on them, and not just one government, several, because they change after a vote. So we have just put it in our own structure. It's ours. And it's something that we offer to the world, our international homeschool program, of which some of you and your children would already be a part of. So I would like to read something here for you. Just officially, this is the official statement as it relates to the homeschool, pardon me, not the homeschool, but the, pardon me, but the international essay competition, or the national, pardon me, that's very important, let me be clear. The national, for that is what it is, essay competition here. Now listen to this, please. And this is really as it relates to advocating for the assistance and the sponsorship of this event. And it says here, blessed day. We of the Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge / Rastafari Experience Antigua are happy to announce that we will be continuing our annual Priest Isaac's African History Month essay competition. Every year during African History Month, we host a competition at which time we invite the children of our nation, Antigua and Barbuda, to write an essay entitled, "What Does African History / Heritage Mean to Me?" Question. The reason for this competition is to spark a lasting interest in the hearts of our youths for African history and heritage. The youths are divided into 3 groups: the seniors, the intermediates, the juniors, and juniors, The ages range from 7 to 17. Something missing, all right. For each of the previous 7 years of this competition, we have provided prizes such as laptops, tablets, etc. These prizes are allocated through contributions from individuals and organizations of goodwill, such as you and yours. I must add that there has never been a year that your humble servant, that would be me, has not put my personal money into this project to make sure that it was successful. At this time, I am again asking for your assistance in 2021 to ensure that this year's essay competition is a success. I have provided a budget coupled with the different levels of contribution that you can make. We have received a small contribution for our expected art competition in 2020. That competition never manifested. We will be transferring this contribution over to the 2021 Priest Isaac's African History Month essay competition. All contributions, and contributions, will be, as always, published on all our social media platforms, as well as on local media. We will be officially launching the competition on Wednesday, the 3rd February, 2021. I am hopeful that by this time, you will be in a position to let me know if you would be would be able to assist in this very important project. Thanks again in advance, and that is yours truly, the Honorable Priest Isaac. founder of the Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge and co-founder of Rastafari Experience Antigua. And before I show you, and I will literally show you what the prizes are, let me give you a good comprehension of exactly what was read here in the letter, so you could see really where we're coming from, because this is very, very important, and there's a reason why I would highlight certain things. Now, this is a program, again, this will be the 8th year, and we're very joyful that it is the 8th year. Now, when you hear me make the statement, and I said it here, that I must add that there has never been a year that your humble servant has not put my personal money into this project to make sure that it was a success, or that it was successful. Now, that's not a problem. That is not being said in the way like, well, let me make it. No, no. In fact, that's a joy for me to see. The very first time we did the essay competition, I always say that that would have been maybe the most glorious of them all, but it's okay. When there were prizes for each sector, basically almost everything, a few people came up, and we didn't go out looking for no contribution. It was just what we had went into it, and a little bit went into it, but it was a joy because that is what it was. And it was done really at the time, hoping that the government, because you know, of course, we do this diplomatically, the government ministers and so are invited to the prize giving ceremony. Yeah, we have official prize giving ceremony and banquets with poets and musicians and everything. So the children really feel royal when the thing is done. We put plenty money into that. Nothing made, nobody profit off of this. And I'm speaking specifically of the very, very first time. Afterwards, we do keep the standard up, but I must say it is from then that we have really gone out looking for assistance, looking for support, looking for people to contribute, you know, looking for, and it's almost, it's not just contribution. As I said, the nation, the world will know that you are a supporter of this venture. We make sure that it is clearly transparent, basically saying the same thing twice, because if it's transparent, it's clear. That is why you, as I said, all the contributors and their contribution, even if somebody give a contribution and say they don't want their name to be mentioned, we still mention them as anonymous. We print this in the newspaper. We take out ads. We don't just go on the radio and do an interview and say, oh, we just like to thank so and so and call out the name quick and fast, you know, just to make sure you understand. And then, of course, on our platform, we bring all the stats for you. I'm going to show you right now exactly what the prizes expect to be, down to the price of the prizes, contribution that we receive. And that is done for a reason, because we're not here to play around with nobody, and we're not here to play around with anybody's money. This is a very, very serious thing. This is the heart and mind of our children. I take this extremely serious. I'm telling you the honest truth. I would prefer not to ask nobody for no assistance, but we can do it without anybody's assistance. But it's just maybe one laptop or a laptop and a tablet. And I mean that, but this is why we bring it to a government. This is a government project. You know? This is not something that is supposed to come to a people, much less an international community. This is something given to a government every single year. You see, I talking to you. They don't get the package already. They don't get the package of, yeah, this is what we desire. This is what we need for this year. Straight up, it's not as if, you know, I'm an invisible person and people don't know who I am. But trust me, I must say, these individuals that we call ministers, at least in the Caribbean, you got to keep in mind, they swear an oath to Queen Elizabeth II. They say it at least 3 times before they go into the office. I think they say it twice in the government house and 1 in the parliament. I swear an oath to Queen Elizabeth, her heirs and her successors. So help me God. I mean, so you know, it's not by chance that things like this don't get the real attention that it should get. Remember, it's an oath, you know, and we take that as if it's just water under the bridge. Oh, well, you know, I just said that. How do you mean you just said that? So when they lie to you now, you can't be vexed with them. Because, I mean, to do this, if they were to take this up, they will be breaking their oath to Queen Elizabeth II, her heirs and her successors. You check it. Right. So this is why this is for those who are interested. Because I know many people does be listening and have weird mentality. This is for those who are interested. If you are interested in this, by all means, please assist this move. This is something that will benefit the children, that will enhance their mentality. Because when you say African history, you know what the essay is entitled? What does African history heritage mean to me? The regular child will say, well, African history and heritage don't mean nothing to me, but I would like to get that laptop. And what's the first thing they're gonna do? They're gonna Google African history, something they never did before. That's a beginning. It would be nice if they did it when they were 3, 4, 5, but our program starts, as you see, from 7 to 17. So at least if you get a 7-year-old to take African history, if you get a 17-year-old to take African history, believe me, it's a beginning. That's what it's all about. It's a start. And then they have to research, and especially if the competition is tight, that's the joy. That means the best really will win. So you gotta come good. You gotta do proper research. Things that they never knew before. The caterpillar is learning about a butterfly for the first time in his long-worm life. And that is what happens when you bring this into the mainstream. When you bring this program into the curriculum, that's what it is. I shouldn't be doing it on this level, like this outside competition, when this and that. This should be a part of the school program. And I'm showing you, because most of you in the audience, you may not know this, so I have to show it to you on that level. So this is something we've been battling for years, knocking on the door of every education minister. A brand new one just got sworn in the other day, swearing to the Queen again, with his mask on his face. So for those of you who not swearing to the Queen, as I said, if you would like to assist in this venture, of course, by all means, as I said specifically, your name will be mentioned to this very same platform, Facebook, on our national media, as a contributor to this program here for the essay competition for the youths. And let me show you, just tiger with me there. Let me show you specifically the prizes that we have to offer. But first of all, are the prizes that we intend to offer. Now, if you notice what we said a moment there, that we will have the official launch. So the official launch has not taken place as yet. The official launch will be on the 3rd. Please listen to me. The 3rd of February. So that's just a bit over 2 weeks from now. That's the date of the official launch of the essay competition. It's going to run through February. You understand? So we should be making on that date, or at least by the Friday, because that day should be a Wednesday, at least by the Friday, we should be making a national press statement and press interview on evening news. We do that every year, and have the prizes showing, because you gotta show the prizes, you know, or at least have some level of surety of that prize coming on its way. So this is what we have set for this year. This is our budget, the official budget for the 2021 Priest Isaac's African History Month essay competition. And I will show you these prizes in a moment. And the first prize for the senior is all first prizes. Usually, in fact, let me show you something. The way that this competition is supposed to run, that each group, there are 3 divisions here, and each division is supposed to have 3 prizes each: a first prize, a second prize, and a third prize for each group. But this year, we have kept it to a first prize each. In fact, we've been doing it that way for a little while now, keeping it at just a first prize for each section. One of the main reasons really is because of a lack of assistance in this very worthy venture. So first prize, again, for the seniors who 14 to 17 years of age, that will be an Acer Aspire 5 slim laptop, which is 15.6 inches, full HD. And the price of that, as received on Amazon, is $449. And let me give you an idea of it. Let me show you here. Bam, bam, bam. Are you seeing that? Yes, so this is it right here. This is the laptop that we intend to be for the first prize of that's the individual that would be of the senior group. So that's that. All of this is expectation. I'm showing you that clearly. All of this is expectation. That is why we are now on the campaign. That letter that I read to you a moment ago, I could send you a copy of that letter if you desire, and you could look through it on your own time, and you yourself could decide exactly what action you would take. And then the first prize for the intermediate, and the intermediates, their ages between 10, from 10 to 13. First prize for the intermediates is an Acer Chromebook Spin 311 comfortable laptop, or convertible, pardon me, laptop, and that is $368.95. And let me show that one to you. And this is it here. This is the Acer, pardon me, Chromebook. And convertible laptop. Yes, this is it here. That. All right. Yes, definitely. Okay, I don't know where she came from there. But yes, so that would be the first prize for the what you call the intermediates. Please bear with me, audience. Don't worry, this is an important statement that we're making here tonight. And then you have the first prize for the juniors, which would be the age from 7 to 9, and that would be a tablet, the Samsung Galaxy tablet S6 Lite. That's a 10.4-inch screen, and that is $349.95. That should be somewhere around. But anyway, whatever the case is, it should be there. All right, we had it there earlier, but so that's basically what it is. So obviously, and we definitely decided, because these have to be shipped to us. So we decided that we would handle our shipping and handling specifically. And of course, one more thing that would be for advertisement and promotion, which would be radio and television, and that is $500. So basically our budget, and this is a very light budget, trust me. We have done programs with budgets going into $10,000 already. $5,000 budget, and I've reached the budget. As I said, whatever we fall short of, we put in the rest of the finance. We make sure it goes through. We kept certain things in consideration at this time, specifically how the world is running and all the mask up business and mask it down and all of these different things. So the grand prize giving ceremony, we would not put that forward for this year for sure. And many other things we considered. That is why we only have a first prize for the different 3 groups. So these are the expected prizes, and of course we will get these. That's nothing hard to see. Of course, that's for sure will happen. As I said, we already have those which would have contributed to the art competition, which definitely did not go forward. But that is not a staple as the essay competition. So we have people like Brother Mike Duong, who was the one that donated the first prize for the seniors previous essay competition. Also David Kinoes, Brother Dwayne, Sister Beverly. We have a few people already contributed already. Yeah? Brother Justin, I think. We have a few people, but of course, when the time comes for us to show the record, all of these records will be shown. So what I'm saying to you now, of course, you know what you can do. All you have to do is email me, priestisaac27@gmail.com. That's priestisaac27@gmail.com. I could send you officially the letter that I just read so you could read it to yourself again, or you may want to pass it on to someone else that you may want to look at the letter. Is the letter of request plus the budget itself for the essay competition. When you look at that, for sure, it is up to you. As you could see, the budget that we have basically is less than $2,000 for sure. If an individual believe they want to sponsor the whole essay competition, oh well, it's up to you, and the world will know that you are the full sponsor of the essay competition, and whatever additives we put to it, well then whatever we have, we put that to it and make it a grander event. So that would be great, but it's up to you. So as I said, just you contact us. Remember, you could also make any of the contributions using our Cash App. No PayPal for the moment, using our Cash App. And of course, the Cash App is Atonra, Atonra 2723. Yes, Atonra 2723. Of course, and definitely you will know what to do from there. And please do not make any contribution and do not contact us. When you make your contribution, please contact us specifically for such. And let me just say now for sure, if an individual, this is a very worthy cause for the youths. And if we're serious about African history and heritage, and because we talk a lot, this is the thing, I'm telling you, this fuels this. We talk a lot. Oh, yeah, well, yeah, we need to do this, and the children too rude, the children need help, and yeah, but we talk and talk and talk. You know what people tell me? Boy, priest, you're doing a lot of good works. You need to run, for office. If you run for political office, yeah, then you're good. Then I will back you. Then you will back me. You gonna back me when I go and swear my soul to Queen Elizabeth II, her heirs and her successors. Yeah. But now that I out here, not into that foolishness there, you're not gonna back me. That's how we meditate. You understand? So even if you don't want to contribute, my brothers and sisters, it's all right. That's, we don't come here asking for anything. The Shock of the Hour is available. You can become a subscriber to the Shock of the Hour. We have an international homeschool program, which is marvelous for you and your children. Runs you for almost a whole year, at least an academic year for sure. Full of knowledge, full of information. Only $300 for the full year, or $50 a month, or the Shock of the Hour, another $50 a month. We have international books that you can get on Amazon. You can get The Heavens Declare the Glory on Amazon. You could get the true biblical land of Israel on Amazon. You could get the Anu, Ancient and Modern Revisited, on Amazon, or you could get those same 3 books by emailing me, and you get them from me. To me, you get a better copy when you get them from me. May not be Kindle, but it'll definitely set the place afire. And at the same time, you could get the 3 DVD documentaries from the Master of Ceremonies, the Divinity of Haile Selassie I, 7, the Divinity of the Honorable King Emmanuel Charles Edwards, the Night of the Black Tiger, the Divinity of Marcus Messiah Garvey. What else we have? Or even our international webinar lectures. Some of my wonderful audience have never sat into none of the webinar lectures, of course. I mean, for sure. Some of you miss the Fairy Tale Folly Days and Nursery Crimes lecture. It's still there. You can still purchase it and sit and watch it. at your own leisure. Some of you missed the Lalabella lecture. Oh my, how you missed the Lalabella lecture? It's still there. You could still purchase it and still watch it. Some of you missed the Rastafari and the woman. Some missed the Bible decoded. All of these lectures are still there for the purchase that you could come and sit in and watch them. So we have a fleet of things that you could purchase from us. And as I said, all of that, as it's from our work, goes towards even the essay competition. If you feel a way about just contribution, it don't make a difference. Give thanks to the life giver and the keeper of life. Holy Emmanuel I, Selassie I, Jah Rastafari. So I'm looking for my family to step up, man. This is like the dollar they take. It's ain't not going to benefit nobody here except the youths. And it's full transparency. To be honest, there's no excuse. Even if it's a $10 you're sending the cash out. No, serious, you know, because we talk a lot, man. Let's be serious, man. You really love the youths, or you're just talking. And don't nobody say, well, you know, this is just in your little island there. If it was an international thing, yeah, big excuse. If it was an international thing, yeah, where you are, Kentucky. So, I mean, suppose nobody in Kentucky partake. You see what I'm saying is your people. It's your people, it's black people around here. You know? It's your people. And your brother, I mean, I'm not afraid to say I'm a trustworthy man, eh? Ain't nobody can be knocking you no talk. Well, people just chat a lot of crap, but still, I mean, nobody can come out with nothing and prove. You understand? And I'm piping that for a serious reason. Because that's the only excuse anybody may have for not stepping up and say, yo, here's a $500, get that laptop. Here's a 500, get that laptop. Here's a whatever, go and get the tablet. You check it. You're going to be seeing every move. You know that, especially my subscribers. You know that. You're going to see us when we go on the radio. You're going to see us when we do that same press conference, because every year we take this as a very, very serious event. See, like how some of you take Christmas serious. This serious here. Very, very serious. You know what I mean? Because it's a statement we're making. And I will say, yes, you are assisting me too, because we're making a statement here in this nation. That we chat, talk, yap, too much. And I'm right here. I have the answer. It's like the piper. or the elephant in the room that we pretend we don't see. Yeah, but the piper blow his flute and lead all the children out of the city. You know that way, eh? Yeah. So I'm looking forward to you, being a part of this. Just email me. Tell me what you think you can do. I will send you the request so you could look at it and you could pass it on to someone else too. And we take this to another level. Yeah. Because remember, you see what I'm doing on that national level? You don't think I always think about it internationally? All the time. There's never a year that comes around and I don't say, boy, the day will come when I'm going to be doing this essay competition international. But if I can't conquer it yet, as I said, it's 3 prizes, you know, we're supposed to have 3 prizes for each section. That's really what it is. 3 prizes for each section. That's why we pool our resources together. People like this, oh, brother, you're the leader, you're the next leader. Well, this is leadership thing I'm doing then. Who follow it? This is a lead. This is leader talk. Well, the leader talking now. Let us pool our resources together. Bring your finance together. Let us prepare the stage for the Priest Isaac's essay competition 2021. Yes, it's taking place in Antigua and Barbuda. It's all right. It's the epicenter of what's going on. It's all right. It's something that will morph to the international community soon. You think I'm here for a moment? This is not a gig, you know. This is my life. I love you all. Holy Emmanuel I, Selassie I, Jah Rastafari. As I said, this official statement is in conjunction with the Shock of the Hour radio program. So as we always say, if you know your Bible and you do not know your history, knowledge of your Bible will become a mystery. And of course, it takes some realize the real lies that are amongst us. Mind your business coming soon, man. Give thanks for all of those who have been sending in their ads and everything. I see them, man. Don't worry. Looking for more. Praise Haile Selassie the First, Empress Menen glorify. King Emmanuel the Seventh. Adonai God. Rastafari. Blessed love.